Hi there, my name's Mark and welcome to this energizing flow sequence. You can do this flow sequence any time of the day, but probably best done in the morning or midday. If you want to have blocks, have a set of blocks, but they're not completely essential for this practice. When you're ready, we're going to get started in tabletop position. So take your hands underneath the shoulders. Bring the knees in a little bit closer so they're about hip distance apart. Tuck the toes under. Just take a moment here to drop into these points of contact. Maybe take a few little movements side to side. So if you've just climbed out of bed and you're doing this one first thing in the morning, then it's just nice to get a little bit of movement and mobility into the hips. So what we're going to do is find your way into the center, pause there. You start off with a few gentle leg swings first. And so extend out through the heel. Just moving at your own pace. And then start to create some circles opening out to the side. Just getting the hip moving in all these different directions. When you're ready, change directions. So move into the center and then open outwards. And come back to the center a few more times, straight in and out. And then come back to starting position, knees together. Take a moment to realign through the body and then switch sides. And so if you've been sitting at the desk all day as well, it's nice to do these hip mobility drills just to create a little bit more freedom and movement, especially into the lower back. Start by circling around to the outside. And so you want to keep the weight even in both hands as well. So as you take these rotations, change directions when you're ready. Just notice if you start to kind of get this bit of a shift or lean over to the side. Good, come back to the center. Take a few more there. And then come back to the start position. And then from here, take the knees that fraction wider for a few rounds of cat and cow. Take a moment here to connect with the breath, and so breathing in through the nostrils. And on the next inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lengthen out through the front of the body. And then on the exhale, start from the tailbone, round through the back and tuck the chin in. Do about 4 or 5 rounds, just moving at your own pace. Starting to connect with the breath a little bit here as we move. And so we use the in-breath to open the front of the body. Then use the out-breath to round and open the back of the body. Just notice the movement and mobility that you have through the spine. Let's do one more round, and on your next exhale, you make your way into downward facing dog. And so as you arrive here, soften the knees as much as you need to. And just take a few breaths to really drop and settle into the posture. Take a moment to come back to the focus on the breath in and out of the nostrils. And start to think a little bit more about this lengthening into the spine, also into the back of the legs. So even though we don't want to force the heels down, we still want to encourage this lengthening through the hamstrings, into the calf muscles down below the knees. On the next inhale, step your right foot forward. Take a kneeling lunge, so step forward between the hands. And you can lift up onto the fingertips, so you've got a bit more space there. Just take a few nice movements side to side, once again, creating that little bit of mobility into the hips, looking forward with the chest, so we find this lengthening to the spine rather than rounding forward, especially if you're a bit tight across the shoulders. Think about getting that length into the body. Good, come back to the center, tuck the toes under into a more active lunge for a couple of breaths. Shoulders away from the ears and get more active into the back leg. Then from there, palms grounded, return to downward facing dog. And as you do so, think about pushing down through the hands like you would in plank position as you step your leg back. Take about 3 or so breaths here. And each time you return to downward facing dog, you can start to think about gradually cultivating more length through the back of the body. On the next inhale, left leg steps forward into the kneeling lunge. And so these initial postures too, they just get us to start to connect a little bit more with the movement in the body. And just starting to be aware of and noticing how the body moves. Just being aware of any of the tightness, the tension that we all have. And then as we move through the practice, we can start to direct breath, direct prana to those parts of the body that need a little bit more life breathed into them. Pause in the center, lift the back knee. Once again, get more energy into the back leg as we find this length into the spine, shoulders away from the ears. And then palms grounded. Take a bit of strength into the shoulders as we return to downward facing dog. Settle here for a few breaths. Just gently encouraging that lengthening through the back of the body, especially down into the bottom of the legs, the base of the legs, the calf muscles. For a lot of us, that's where we hold so much tightness and tension because, especially if you're on your feet all day, the fascia in the soles of the feet gets tight. Soften the knees a little bit. And then just gradually start to walk towards the front of the mat. And as you arrive here, take the feet about hip distance, a little bit wider. Take a halfway lift. And then as you exhale, fold forward. You might even want to grab onto the opposite elbows. You're only here for a couple of breaths, not a huge amount of time. But just encouraging that length, softening into the lower back. And then release the arms, halfway lift. And then from here, make your way into a chair pose. So engage the core as we reach the arms up. And then don't be scared to get down nice and low into those legs. This is the energizing and engaging. Weight even in the feet. Then as you inhale, reach all the way up. And then as you exhale, palms to the heart space. Let's settle here for a couple of breaths and really feel into this length and alignment through the spine. The weight even in the right and the left leg. So we're going to take a few rounds on this really simple, warming, energizing flow sequence. So on the inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Maybe nice and steady with the breath. On the exhale, fold forward. And then step your left leg back so the right leg is forward. And then as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up into crescent lunge. We're going to do a few rounds, so take your time, exhale, fold forward. And then from here, step forward, take a breath in, look forward. And then as you exhale, fold. Inhale to chair. Pause for the exhale. And on the inhale, rise all the way up, reaching out through the fingertips. Then exhale, finish, palms at the heart space. So we'll do that on the other side. So take a breath in. So here's where we want to start to connect the breath with the movement as we create a little bit more energy and heat into the body. 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds each breath. Step your right foot back. On the inhale, reach the arms out and up. And then on the exhale, fold forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. Chair pose on the inhale. Pause for the exhale. Inhale, lift. And then exhale back to the start. We're going to do one more round on each side. So breath in, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Left leg steps back. Then as you inhale, sweep the arms out and up. As you exhale, bring both hands back down to the mat. Inhale, step forward, length into the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Pause for the exhale. Rising all the way up. And then finish palms to the heart space. And then in your own pace, take one last round on the other side. Breath in, reach up. Good, exhale, fold. Step the leg back, crescent lunge. And then palms back down to the mat. Find the length in the body as you step forward. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Rising all the way up. And then finish palms to the heart space. Pause here for a few breaths. Allow the heart rate to settle. Just notice that increase in heat in the body. And so we're going to start off here in crescent lunge. So keep your right foot forward. Step your left leg back. And so we just did crescent lunge in that warm-up phase. And so as you pause here, keep the palms together at the heart space. And then push the palms together slightly. Drop lower into the front leg. And just start to really engage and energize out through your back leg. Reach the arms all the way up. Feel more length into the sides of the body as you pause here. And remember, this needs to be quite energizing through the body. On the next exhale, bring both hands back down to the mat into this low lunge. And so like we did in our first warm-up phase, find this length into the body. Really engage into the core. And then with the right leg forward, take your right arm reach forward. And then if you want, release your left arm into this arrowhead kind of movement, but really energetic into the back leg. Reaching the arms forward as far as you can. One more breath. Bring both hands back down. And then spin around to your left, straddle fold. Take the feet that little bit wider, turn the toes in slightly. And then take a halfway lift, get this length into the spine. And then as you exhale, fold. And then walk your hands towards your right foot. And then from there, keep both legs straight, keep the inner thighs engaged on both legs. You start to get this length into the left side of the body. We start to open, and there's a reason that we go this way first. And so use the breath down the left side. Good. Come back to the center, release. Square off the hips, and then standing all the way up. So engage the core, rising up. Good job. Turn your right foot forward, ready for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So back foot on a 20-degree angle. Square off the hips, reach the arms forward. Engage the inner thigh on both legs. Just a really slight lean forward, not too much. And then take the palm to the shin. And so we just did a little pre-stretch in that straddle fold. And so from here, what you want to do is open the chest and shoulders. Then you might reach all the way down towards the ankle. But feel like you're getting this stretch into the left side of the body. You can either keep the arms open, or you might take your left arm reaching forward for a few breaths. Keep the energy drawing up through the inner thighs with that engagement. Breathe into the left side of the body with that nice lateral stretch. Good job. Bring the top hand to the hip. And then from here, bend into the front knee. Return back to the low lunge. And then from there, bring the back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. I'm going to take a little twist. So take your left hand over your right knee and your right arm around the outside of the hamstring into the lower back. And settle here for about 4 or 5 breaths into a nice twist. One more breath. Good. Come back to the center. Square off the hips. And then from here, what you want to do is take your left hand forward slightly and then bring your right heel up into this kneeling quadricep stretch. And so if you can, keep the hips square. Looking forward with the chest and really breathing to that length of the quadricep on your back leg. Really nice hip opening here. One more breath. Slowly release. And then from here, lift the back knee into a more active lunge. Palms grounded, return to downward facing dog. And settle here for a few breaths. And if you need to take recovery, then feel free to take recovery in child's pose. If you need a quick sip of water, grab a quick sip of water. I'm just going to spin around to the other side. And then from here, soften the knees a little bit. Walk towards the front of the mats. And then as you get here, take a halfway lift. And then gorilla pose, hands underneath the feet. We'll take a few breaths here. If that's a bit too much, then just let the arms hang heavy. Just gradually want to start to work at straightening out the legs, the energy into the arms, pulling up against the feet gently as you ground down. Relax the neck. Feel that stretch into the back of the arms. Good job. Slowly release. Engage the core. Chair pose. Reaching all the way up. And then right back to the start position. Settle here for a few breaths. Come back to that alignment into the body. We'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So this time, left leg stays forward. Step your right foot back into the crescent lunge. Just take a moment to find the stability and start to ground out through the back leg. Then once you're here, inhale, reach the arms up. And then option to go into reverse prayer. So hands around behind. And you can either just grab onto the opposite elbows or bring the palms together. And then as you pause here, think about opening nice and wide across the chest and shoulders. Remember this energizing flow, we want to open the body. It's all about engagement and expansion. Release the arms all the way up. And then as you exhale, fold forward, frame the front foot, return to the low lunge. And so once again, take a moment to find that length into the body. Left leg forward, right arm forward. Engage into the core. You might stay here, or you might release your right arm as well. And reaching all the way out through the fingertips, stay very active into the back leg. Big stretch forward. Good, bring both hands down. Turn to the right this time, straddle fold. Take a halfway lift, find that length into the spine, and then exhale, fold. And then this time, reach over towards your left ankle. And so we've got more focus on the left leg and the right side of your upper body. Make sure both legs stay engaged. Good, come back to the center, halfway lift. Hands to the hips, inhale, rise up, Trikonasana. Left foot to the front, back foot on a 20-degree angle. Open the hips, arms out nice and strong, parallel to the floor. Just to really slight lean forward, not too much. Hand to the shin, right arm reaches up. So take a moment here to really feel into that opening of the chest. Keep the engagement on the inner thighs. And then from here, it doesn't matter how low the hand goes down. So you might keep the hand up towards the knee. You might use the block. You might reach down towards the ankle, completely up to you. If you want a little bit more, you might eventually reach the right arm forward. Take a few deep breaths here. Bring the top hand to the hip, soften into the front knee, and then return back to the low lunge. Bring the back knee down. Take a moment here to realign. Then on the next inhale, reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, take your right elbow over your left knee into the twist. And then you might just have the back arm into the lower back. You might reach around the outside of the hamstring, completely up to you. Just take 4 or 5 breaths here. Just a gentle twist into the torso, firing up through the core, creating some heat. Twists are great for digestion. Good. Come back to the center. And then from there, kneeling quadricep stretch. Right arm goes forward a little bit. Inside arm reaches around. Grab onto the back foot or wherever you get to. Maybe grab onto the ankle or just above the ankle. Let's get into a nice deep quadricep stretch here. Good. Slowly release the back foot. Return back to the low lunge. Active through the back leg. Palms grounded into downward facing dog. Settle here for a few breaths. And then from there, make your way into kneeling posture. Tuck the toes under if you like. Then just rest the hands into the lap, relax the shoulders. Just take 5 or 6 settling breaths here. Just take a moment to sit in the space of stillness. Just allow the breath to settle. Just noticing the sensations, how the body feels. It's only about 20 minutes of movement, but it's enough to just move the energy through the body. And so the whole idea is we move the energy, then we settle and rebalance. And so from here we're going to finish off with a really nice prone twist, so lying face down on the mat. And so from here, when you're ready, make your way all the way down to the center of the mat, lying down, find this alignment into the spine. And so this one's called broken wing. We're just going to be here for about 90 seconds on each side, so not a huge amount of time. Take your right arm out to the side, right ear resting on the mat. Left heel curls up. And then as you exhale, take the left leg over and behind the hamstring. And so you want to be a little bit more relaxed in this posture. So it's a nice twist, it's a nice shoulder and chest opener, really nice hip opener as well. On your left arm, you can either keep it in front to help with a little bit of balance, or you can just reach around behind and rest into the lower back. If you need a little pillow to rest the head on, then please grab that. But as long as you stay relaxed into the neck. And then as you settle here, just start to slow down the exhale a little bit so we can use the breath to help the body soften and relax. And so you might have a 3 or 4 second in breath with a 6 or 7 or 8 second out breath. And with the front arm, you might just adjust the height of the arm a little bit just so you find that sweet spot into the bicep, shoulder and chest. It's one of my favorite postures here because it's such a functional position to be in. It gets really open through chest, shoulders. You've got that nice twist through the torso. You've got that opening into the top hip. It's a really nice posture to open the whole body, really. Let's take another 3 breaths here. And then whenever you're ready, slowly make your way back to the center. And it's going to take about 3 breaths here, returning back to neutral spine. So stack the the hands together to rest the forehead down. Let's pause there for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, go ahead and change sides. Left arm out to the side, left ear resting on the mat, right heel curls up. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, take the leg across the back. And then once again, we'll settle here for about 90 seconds. So just adjusting the left arm if you need to. And then coming back to slightly slower exhale, using the breath to help the body soften and relax. Just noticing if there's much of a difference from the first side to the second side. Take another 3 or 4 breaths here. You might even feel the top hip start to open a little bit more those last couple of breaths. Just using the weight of the body to open against itself. When you're ready, slowly come back to the center. Just take a moment here, 3 or so breaths. Stack the hands together, make a little pillow for the forehead, feet out to about shoulder width apart. Take a couple of breaths here. And then when you feel ready, as gently as possible, just roll all the way over. We're going to finish off with a couple of minutes in nice relaxation. So take the feet out to about shoulder width apart. Palms facing up. Relax the shoulders and the arms. Just notice if there's any area in the body that you might be holding tightness or tension. And over the next few breaths, you can just make that mental command from mind to muscle to switch off, relax, let go of anything you're holding on to physically or energetically. You might take a couple of clearing breaths in through the nose and relax the jaw and exhale. letting go of any thoughts or any mental stimulation that you're holding on to that no longer needs to be there. It's taking the time for that realignment and rebalancing on the different levels of the physical body, the energy body, the mental body. And so as you settle here, feel free to stay here for as long as you like. So if you've got a little bit of extra time, or if you wanted to then move into your own meditation, now's the perfect time to do so. If you don't have much time, then just spend another minute or so here. And so I will leave you with whatever option it is that you have time for right now. A little bit longer Shavasana, maybe make your way into your own meditation. Whatever it is that you decide. Thank you very much for joining today. Any questions, as always, feel free to reach out on Instagram, and I look forward to practicing with you next time.